The question has often been asked, why do men climb mountains? The classic answer is, because the mountains are there. Another and more reasonable explanation is that we wish to pit our strength, stamina, and endurance against the greatest challenge Mother Nature can place in our path. Meeting that challenge makes us champions. Chevrolet trucks long ago established their claim as champions of the road. In 1956, they again proved their championship caliber by conquering the grueling Alcan Highway to Alaska. A tougher road test couldn't be found. A new challenge will have to be off the road, cross-country, straight up the hill. Pikes Peak, the most famous mountain in America, thunders its defiance. And Chevrolet accepts the challenge. A Chevrolet truck will ascend to the top of Pikes Peak off the road without using the auto highway. Two Chevrolet Task Force pickup trucks with Thriftmaster engine and four-wheel drive are selected and certified as production models, equipped only with items available through any Chevrolet dealer. With two experienced mountain drivers at the wheel, the trucks leave the garage and go through scenic Colorado Springs to begin the colorful drive leading to the actual jumping-off point for the cross-country ascent of the peak. Past the historic gold mining town of Cripple Creek and through narrow abandoned railroad tunnels, they travel the seldom-used Gold Camp Road to the beginning of the actual climb. Then, it's off the road and across open terrain to Pikes Peak or bust. And there she is, ominous, foreboding, an incredible challenge. But even before reaching the base of the mountain, there's a lot of hard territory to cross. Deep in the interior, the route leads past many a reminder of the area's gaudy past. How many nuggets would a sourdough have offered for one of these trucks? Or, more to the point, what would the owners of this once fabulous $30 million gold mine have given for the power and dependability of a task force champ? And on they climb, powering their way past fantastic rock formations, around crystal clear mountain lakes, and straight into virgin timberland, through chassis battering terrain, and up engine straining grades. The trucks keep on going, keep on climbing, offering conclusive evidence that Chevrolet trucks have that never-say-die dependability needed on every job. Here in terrain far worse than anything encountered in normal truck operations, there is ample proof of Chevrolet's strength and stamina. Here is power, durability, driving control in the roughest kind of terrain. Here is Chevrolet championship form on display. Thus, the power-laden task force trucks push relentlessly on through the untraveled timberland and into the upper reaches of the great Rocky Mountain Forest. Pausing only long enough to select the best route forward, then continuing onward, upward, to the base of the peak itself. More miles of wild, untamed, seemingly impassable country. And the Chevrolet expedition breaks out of the timber in the rarefied atmosphere of better than 12,000 feet above sea level. Although rapidly thinning air continues to add additional strain to the engine, no loss of power is noticed during any phase of the tortuous ascent. This amazing performance record being established on Pikes Peak proves beyond a doubt that Chevrolet Task Force trucks are rugged, able to take it, more than a match for the toughest jobs. And now, the peak is actually in sight, better than 2,000 feet straight up, so near and yet so far. From here on, it will take all the skill at the driver's command and all the power and stamina that only Chevrolet Task Force trucks can deliver. And on this note of achievement and anticipation, the drivers halt to make camp for the night. At dawn the next morning, they break camp, and by prearrangement continue together in a single truck for the final and most difficult part of the assault. Now well above 13,000 feet, the drivers literally find themselves living in the clouds. But they keep moving, gaining altitude, climbing right above the clouds, and emerging to find the most formidable obstacle yet encountered, a vast field of impossible-appearing boulders and rocks. Their courage, however, is soon reinforced by the appearance of a small party of mountaineers who have come down from the peak to help guide them over the most precarious stretch of the climb. And soon they are achieving the impossible, conquering the unconquerable, actually driving where not even mules and donkeys dare to tread. Rocks and boulders sledgehammer the truck unmercifully during this phase of the ascent. But engine, chassis, and cab components prove to be every bit as tough as the terrain they are conquering. At the most impossible places in the rock field, progress slows, but continues by means of the winch installed on the truck. Again, the champion displays his tremendous power by pulling himself up over the incredible terrain by the proverbial bootstrap. On they push, forcing engine, transmission, axles, drive lines, every component part to labor under tremendous stresses. This truck has to be good to take it. It has to be a champ to make it. It does, straight up the face of the mountain, all the way to the top. 14,110 feet up in the clouds. Both drivers and observers are amazed at the performance of the Chevrolet Task Force truck, which stood up to the unprecedented challenge in every way, making the almost impossible ascent without mechanical difficulty of any sort. Despite the tremendous pounding to which the truck was subjected, post-run inspection shows no true damage to any mechanical part. Both front and rear differential housings were severely hit and scraped, yet withstood every blow and continued to perform at top efficiency. In fact, the only real damage sustained by the truck on the whole record-breaking climb was a dented running board and squashed hubcaps. An astounding record for an unparalleled feat. When it comes to meeting the challenge, they just don't come any tougher than this off-the-road cross-country ascent of Pikes Peak. And yet a production model Chevrolet pickup truck went all the way to the top in spite of every conceivable natural hazard. It traveled where no truck has ever gone. And while most truck needs may not include driving straight up the side of Pikes Peak, this amazing truck performance spells good news for all truck users. Because here is conclusive proof in action that wherever or whatever the job, Chevrolet has the stamina, has the power, has the guts to meet the challenge.